I think my boss is gonna fire me, because those were his exact words. I work for an all-male company. I was the diversity hire. And they're all bros. Like, the conference room was just a ping pong table. Levels by Avicii's always playing on repeat. Things get crazy, they play it in reverse. And like, if we don't meet deadlines, we have to do push-ups. I, of course, get to do mine on my knees, which I thought was nice. Turns out they just like women on their knees. Like, I feel like there has to be some kind of rule that says you can't have more Tylers on the payroll than women. On a good day, I would describe the company culture as fratty. On a bad day, I would specify which frat. A lot of frat guys in the audience. Didn't mean to get so personal. So anyway, the pledge master, he pulls me into his office and he tells me it's not really the right fit, he doesn't think things are working out, and he's gonna have to let me go. But like, I'm not an idiot. I'm the only female at a very bro-y company. Like, obviously he only wants to fire me because I don't have big enough tits. Like, at least half the staff thinks I was hired to be a stripper, which I, of course, am obsessed with, because no one has ever pegged me for a stripper before. Usually I get pegged as aspiring camp counselor. Waterfront and 5. Also, usually I get pegged. Like, why does it matter? I think what really bothers me about this whole thing is that these guys, they would take the company car and always go play Topgolf. Like, I can't expense a boob job. And the job, it doesn't even pay well. And obviously, I'm not in it for the money, I'm in it for the experience. But my boss should have specified that the experience will be bad. That is like as if they paid me really well, but it was all in Chuck E. Cheese tokens. The company, we work in books, we work in publishing, and I have to read a lot. And I never liked the job. Like, every day I would show up to work, a little bit of me wished I didn't know how to read. And I have hated jobs before, but never to the point where I regret basic human literacy. My boss, he takes the genre of books that we read really seriously. So we read a book on climate change and he started biking to work. We read a white-collar heist book and he embezzled $50,000. Like, honestly, I hope he fires me before we read Handmaid's Tale. So I have been back on my networking grind. I've met with a lot of creatives, artists, entrepreneurs. I didn't know there were so many ways to say unemployed. Half the jobs I see, I don't even think they're real. I checked a job this morning, I looked at the salary, it said, no cash, just vibes. Like, what the fuck? You couldn't even apply for an interview, you had to manifest it. Some of my friends, I think they take their jobs a bit too seriously. I asked one friend what her favorite form of social media was. She said LinkedIn. That is like asking someone what their favorite porn website is and saying the anatomy poster in the doctor's office. A recruiter reached out to me on Facebook to apply for a job as an associate meme producer. You know how embarrassing that is for me? To admit that I still check Facebook. I check Facebook I'm on dialysis waiting for a kidney. And the job description, it was just a photo of Joe Biden and then in all caps, impact font, and said, this could be you. I'm like, I don't think I want that. But I did apply because I met the only 2 qualifications, which were 0 professional experience and could pass for a 14-year-old on TikTok. And I didn't get it. Just the only thing more embarrassing than applying in the first place. And I told my parents I thought they'd be relieved. Turns out they were more upset than I was, in a way you would only be if you thought I was the funniest person in the world, hold your applause, or if you thought this job was the only thing standing in between me and making an OnlyFans. And they would be correct, because after you get rejected as an associate meme producer, LinkedIn automatically deletes your account and demands 500 feet pics. This is a good looking crowd. Anyone here ever sold or received a foot pic? Raise your foot if you have. I'll pay. But I do love Facebook. I think it's a beautiful place. It's the only social media where I don't get FOMO. Like, I actually feel better about myself after checking it, because at this point, the only people still posting are like my high school history teacher who found community theater late in life, or my conservative uncle from New Jersey posting memes about Joe Biden. And I'm like, did that guy just take my job?